Once upon a time, before the fall of man, Adam and Eve were raw vegans. What's a raw vegan, you ask? It's actually quite simple. It's a diet based on eating over 70% of raw foods, or foods cooked below 118 degrees. Basic things like fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Things that are not processed or derived from animals. Okay, now where were we again? I said, once upon a time before the fall of man, Adam and Eve were raw vegans. Until... Cook, verb, to prepare food, to tamper with, falsify. Slang, to ruin. Raw, adjective, clean, pure, uncontaminated, free, safe, natural.
Hi, I'm Alexis Kahn. I'm an actor here in LA, and I am interested in exploring the raw food movement a little bit further. I think there are a lot of benefits to choosing a raw food diet. Right off the bat, you're eating healthily no matter what you're consuming. So you're limiting your options, sure, but they're all healthy options. I also have a gluten intolerance, so maybe following a raw diet, it could remedy that.
I was sick with asthma for over 20 years. I was on medication, overweight a little bit. So within a month and a half, I got rid of asthma, lost 30 pounds. All medications, they're gone. So I realized how powerful it is.
I had a lot of health issues. I had prostate-related problems. But the skin issue was really bad. I had what most people now would describe as acne rosacea, which is the redness in the face, which was awful. And it went away very shortly thereafter when I got involved in eating raw food.
We cannot be ignorant anymore. So it's not kind of a new movement or something like that. It's a real thing. We are going back to the beginning of time.
So today, I'm gonna actually share something really cool with you. I call it a mock pork. I'm gonna use my food processor, sun-dried tomatoes that have been soaking, and pumpkin seeds. It's important to soak all nuts and seeds. It makes them much more digestible. But more importantly, most nuts and seeds have what is called an enzyme inhibitor. And an enzyme inhibitor is toxic to the human body. Now it's time for the processing time. This is a really cool trick that I learned, and a lot of raw chefs don't even know about this. Take that as a sign that it's done. I'm brutally honest with myself. And that's perfect. Voila. My name is Chef BeLive, Spartan Lion King of Light, a Jedi World Bridger. Around 12, I had 3 near-death experiences. One where I actually flatlined, white light experience. I met a cancer patient who had actually healed herself from eating the raw living lifestyle. And my mom had passed away and died of cancer when I was 18 years old. So that was really, that had an imprint on me immediately. I had the vision that I was going to be one of the people to bring raw, living culinary artistry, raw foods, to the masses. And since I have this blessed gift of taking something and just like transforming it into this like orgasmic, taste bud tantalizing tongue gift where I can serve it to someone and they eat it and they're like, what's this? Wow, and they're just this explosion of flavor in their mouth. All of a sudden, that plants that seed.
You said you made this with beets?
Chipotle beet.
All of its food has always been like a party in the mouth for me. It's delicious, it's healthy, it's living food. He can recreate anything cooked into raw living food, so it's amazing.
We're gonna make cookies today. This is Omni and Maka.
Say hi.
Hi.
When I found out I was pregnant, I just knew I wanted to raise them eating raw foods also because I feel like that's the best thing. I noticed that they don't get sick like a lot of the other kids, and I think that has a lot to do with what they were eating.
What kind is it? You always say it.
Natural.
Natural?
Yeah.
I'm going to cook tonight raw food, guys. I'm going to use nothing, just my knife and my cutting board. That's it. That's what they do a lot over there in Europe now. They're cooking a lot of raw food now.
So 6 years ago, they started this movement, in California about the raw food. I'm very, very into it now because we are going more and more and more to the vegetable. People go in the market. Now we have a lot of farmers market available, and people want to eat more healthy too, definitely. And that's for that. Raw food is good because I think the big challenge is to have a carrot. And what I do with the carrot, I keep the carrot raw. What I do with that? Let's go keep the vegetables the way it is and respect the vegetables the way it is. God makes the vegetable like this, keep it like this.
So this is Planet Raw, and we do everything here amazing. Like, we make a lot of our own food. There's just a lot of things happening here. Whenever I taste food that tastes like health food, I hate it because it doesn't taste good. So we knew we had to come up with super gourmet healthy food that was not healthy tasting at all. And we did it. I basically view the whole movement as a war. A major war. Raw spelled backwards is war, see? So a whole war against, where I'm like, I have to save the world. Time is running out. Everyone's against me.
If someone really stuck to a raw diet for many years, they would, my guess is they would become malnourished. Because the human digestive system is not set up for a raw diet. We have evolved over the last 100,000 years that we've had fire to consume things that have been cooked. We don't have the muscle structure, we don't have the tooth structure, we don't have the intestinal structure to be able to extract the right amount of nutrition from a raw diet.
I don't think people want to be extreme in their food. There are some people who do. There are some people for whom that's a very important issue, and it's a political issue and a moral issue, and and they have theories about why it's important. I think most people, though, eat for pleasure.
My name is Joel Funk, and this is the Declaration for Living an Inspired Life. I choose to effortlessly eat the most ideal, delicious, nutritious, living, raw, cultured, enzyme-rich foods, and drink the most pure, alkaline, ionized, structured, mineral, and antioxidant-rich water that nourish and heal my body, my mind, my spirit, and my planet.
Because we're a very wealthy society, we can afford to pull together a very diverse group of different vegetables and nuts and legumes and all kinds of things, and spend the time and the money on very complex preparations to try to extract the nutrients without cooking it.
So this is my section, the dessert section. Looks amazing. Let's see here. What's this? Raw vegan chocolates, cacao, goji berries, maca, spirulina. Wow, what is this? Rockin' Raw. Ah, $16.69. That's an expensive dessert. This says this pecan butter is $48.09. That is insane. Pumpkin seed butter, $22.75. Pistachio, $52.19. Oh my gosh. I've had the cacao mint ganache. This is regular chocolate truffle cake. This seems like we're gonna buy this today. Want me to put this down here? Yes, please. Okay.
One aspect of getting involved in that culture was also learning a lot more about like detoxification and cleansing, and I was doing colonics and, you know, herbal tonics. For me, cleansing is just giving your body some time to not spend so much time and energy on digestion and really about restoration and detoxifying. So what I typically do is I'll do, you know, the first and fifth day of my cleanse will be just raw foods, so like lots of salads and things and fruits. And then the 3 days in between, I do just juicing. There's a lot of research and people out there who say that basically what happens is that waste builds up and it begins to line your intestinal walls. And so if you think about it, that, you know, both you get nutrients through the intestinal walls and you're releasing toxins. If that's blocked, then what's happening to that waste?
I was coming off the cleanse. I was doing a liver gallbladder flush. And I was feeling the craving the entire cleanse, Domino's pizza. What I did is I sat and I breathed with the openness of driving on and not making the call, or making the call and indulging and doing it guilt-free. So I called him up, ordered it, walked in there, grabbed the box and sat in my car just grinding on this pizza, just like, oh my God, like seriously, like cheese and sauce dripping down my face. It was so good, and I didn't feel any ramifications afterwards. Oftentimes when you go from one extreme of cleansing to the extreme of another, there's major ramifications because your body is just going into shock. So I was lucky. I do not recommend this. Don't try this at home, kids.
Those parasites that we cultivate in our body as a result of a certain diet, they have consciousness. And this consciousness is the consciousness of what you call the serpent, of the snake, or the evil inclination, whatever you want to call it. And when you cultivate that in your stomach, they're in control.
What did you have for breakfast? Oh, chicken menstruation? Chicken abortion? Oh, amniotic fluid? Some fetus from some sick chicken called fowl, and some dead, diseased pig ass, bacon. It's like, that's for breakfast? Are you kidding me? You already killed like 7 animals. And everybody's doing it, and no one knows. No one cares, no one knows, no one can see through it, and everybody's crazy. I'm sorry, we label these people out there as like these crazy zombie vampires running around ripping into flesh, We're like, whoa, blood squirting out everywhere. They don't care. They're kind of crazy, and I know it's the norm, but that's just because a lot of people do it. Think about it. It's kind of serious. It's like, you're a dog, you have rights. You're a cow, you have no rights.
It can be a little bit difficult having conversations with raw food proponents because many times these things don't have anything to do with nutrition. It becomes a tirade against people who cook food, especially people who enslave animals to derive nutrition.
This food is part of the shift. Everybody's talking about the shift, but they are still eating chicken. You're not part of the shift.
The spiritual shift.
You're not.
The huge shift.
Part of the shift is prepare your body as a vessel, to be a vessel of light. There's frequency to food.
A lot of them tended to be like conspiracy theorists, so they'd bring in all these books, and so it was always interesting. They always had, and I think some of it probably is valid. I think we tend to laugh at them.
This is Rawson, and this is the front entrance to Rawson. We have a very small sign up. When you first enter in, you see all the fresh produce, minus some of the greens, which are kept cold inside. All the produce is organic. It is not conventionally grown.
I come to Rawson because I know where everything comes from. I know that James has talked to every one of these farmers, and I know that nothing has been tainted, and I'm not questioning whether or not I'm putting something in my body that's going to affect me later, cause me cancer, or something like that.
There's a whole issue going on with raw almonds right now. Raw almonds I'm thinking about 3, 4, 5 years ago, because somebody supposedly was sickened by eating an almond. They're now requiring all almonds to be pasteurized. But you can get almonds directly from a grower if you're buying 100 pounds or less without them being pasteurized, which is what we do. So, you know, I think that's a completely idiotic law, and it should be repealed completely, and no nuts should ever be pasteurized, period.
We're at the Natural Leaders Program. You guys know what we do here. We're here at the beach. We're with BeLive. He's going to tell you about the environment.
So you guys know about our Mother Earth, right? This is all we got here. This is what brought us here, right? As far as the Earth and our bodies being a lot alike, do we want to put trash in our bodies? No. We want to eat healthy food that's going to nourish us, which is why we've been providing raw foods because of its high enzyme energy content. Do you guys know about enzymes?
This is my first day.
Oh, this is your first day?
Yeah, this is
Well, then you need to know about enzymes. They actually are what break down all of the proteins, all of the carbohydrates and fats in our bodies so that our bodies can assimilate it and give us healthy hair, skin, and bones. You need strong bones for your basketball, right? So when you come down from a jump, your bones don't shatter. It's really important to eat fruits, vegetables, and raw nuts and seeds.
I
hope it was all good.
I mean, it
Or at least
was,
a little
and
bit.
it looked really good too.
Yeah.
Do you get a little bit of social anxiety ever? Or I'm in one of my best friend's weddings. I told him, like, well, listen, like, I'm making this choice to, like, go raw and, like, trying to, and, like, she's more supportive. But he basically he was joking, but he wasn't. He's like, you will eat what we provide. I was like, oh, okay.
Just be like, you know all the things that are vegetable in this menu that you're creating? I won't make it hard. Just take those, throw them into a plate, like cut them up nicely,
Exactly.
put some olive oil, and just like do something simple.
Right.
You know, the essence of why I'm there is to be with my family, my friends. Whether I can eat or I'm gonna eat like off of what they're eating and share this or that, that doesn't really matter. When a push comes to shove, it's really more about like connecting.
You have to have a community of people around you. And at least there was one person I knew I could go to and say, okay, let's, make this meal together. But I think it is a community kind of effort. And I think for me, it grew, it started to become a little cumbersome in terms of, always trying to convert people, to what I was eating.
Hey, what's going on?
Just making a little raw food.
What is it, like a salad?
No, we're making gazpacho.
So you're just gonna live off vegetable paste then for the rest of your life?
No, I told you, I'm going to teach you. This is an easy step. So I know you were saying you were looking for a healthier diet. So
Yeah.
I feel like easy to start out with. And then I have all these cookbooks, and we can make something a little bit more difficult next time.
You're gonna cook more raw food next time.
Well, you don't really cook it. We're just going to prepare it.
So what are these, just blank books or?
I know it's hard to explain because it is a lifestyle change, but
Like, is raw food culinary school? Do they just like put you near a bunch of ovens and just discipline you not to turn them on, or like?
that's why I put the plates over here because I'm not going to be using them anymore.
You should build a barrier.
Parsley, cilantro, lots of flavors for our little raw meal.
Sure.
Look at our creation.
It's like brown.
Well, there are colors in here. Okay, I think we're actually ready. Will you please get the avocados ready for garnish? Well, cheers to our
Alright.
first raw meal together.
All right.
Thank you for your help. Do you like it?
They're very good. Thank you for introducing me to a healthy, delicious snack.
You're welcome.
So you make this. I'll bring over the chips and the people food. and we'll have a feast. It's a step. It's baby steps for me.
No, for me too. Me too. I feel like the fact that you're over here and open to it makes me happy. And I'll just keep making and trying new recipes. And if you'll come over and try it, then...
Gross.
Whether they're going to be able to appeal to eaters outside of that core group is what's going to determine whether it grows or not. And I think that's going to depend on what they can put on the plate. I mean, if they can put food on the plate that you're eating because you enjoy it, then I think it's going to grow. But as long as it's food that you eat because you think you ought to, I think that kind of thing has a pretty short shelf life. You know, people eventually will say, "Yeah, but I really want a hamburger."
I don't want to call it movement because movement sounds too, like new agey. It's information. It's very valuable information. We felt that the raw food information, it's not a privilege of the few. It needs to be spread to the masses.
I can't say that I would never do it again. Yeah, I'm open to it. Like I said, I don't look back and say, what was I doing? I think I actually felt really great, but I just like the flexibility of I don't think I really need a title anymore.
I've met so many great people, so many great chefs who practice this lifestyle, and it's inspiring, and I totally get the desire to live this way.
I want to be responsible about what I eat myself and what I feed to my customer too. I need to. I think the movement with raw food is going to grow up a lot.
What I'm hoping that, we can provide the best healthy choice right now for them to nurture and grow, and then enough knowledge for them to be aware of it and move on, and then they gotta make their own choice.
Everybody's sick of feeling sick, everybody's sick of feeling bad, everybody just wants raw. They don't even know they want it, and they're gonna go find it. I'm serious. There's so much happening right now in the raw world, so it's great, it's great.
When I talk to someone who is eating 80% raw foods, like the difference is definitely noticeable. There's a small percentage of raw foodists on this planet right now. Every single one of us are pioneers. Every single one of us are taking it to the masses.
Here are some other raw vegans. Steve Jobs, he's a computer guy. Sting, Tony Robbins with his personal power program. Angela Bassett, what an actress. Beyonce, David Bowie, Robin Williams, hysterical Cher. I got you, Woody Harrelson, Demi Moore, Madonna. That's going a little too fast for the Uma. Carol Suzette. Oh, there's me! Oh, I'm right in the middle. Oh, nothing will benefit health and increase the chances for survival. Do I even sound like him? I think they should just read that.